The Chase presenter Bradley Walsh left fans, and podcast host Laura Hamilton, stunned with his comprehensive theory on what happened with the pyramids, and how it was impossible for the Egyptians to have built them. Appearing on a place in the Sun Star Laura's official Mile Fly Club show, the game show presenter went off on a tangent and deep into the history of one of the most incredible monuments in the world. The pyramids have for thousands of years baffled and amazed humanity. Constructed as tombs for the pharaohs over 4,000 years ago, more than 100 of them remain. The largest one, the Great Pyramid of Giza, was originally 147 meters tall, 482 feet. It's made up of about 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing between 2.5 and 15 tons, and would have had to be transported to the building site and lifted into place with techniques available at the time. BBC Science Focus has said that the most widely accepted theory is that ramps were used to haul the stones up, and it's supported by remains of inclined structures found close to some of the pyramids. But the steepness of these ramps has been the subject of debate. However, Bradley, 64, who also presents Gladiators, doesn't agree and thinks an outside force might be involved. Speaking to a surprised-looking Laura, he explained the intricacies of construction, which led him to be convinced they weren't built by Egyptians. He said, "Top of the pyramid is 481 feet. If you times that by 43,200, you get the polar radius of the Earth to within 99.8% accuracy. If you take the base of the pyramid, which is almost 750 feet square, and times that by 43,200, you get the circumference of the Earth to within 98.9%. Now, what's interesting about that is, this is 2,000 years, 2.51 thousand years. Before they knew the world was round. They always thought it was flat. Is that a coincidence? And also, the top of the pyramid is 365th or 360th to within true north. It's extraordinary, and it was built in the reign of Khufu. Now, some of these boulders in there, some of these lumps of rock in there, which are made of alamites, are probably in the re of 7 African elephants, so they're getting on for 70 tons. Alright, now, and there's 2 million of these blocks. They're not all 70 tons, you understand. Within daylight during Khufu's life, they'd have had to lay each block every 2 minutes. It's impossible, no matter what anyone tells you how brilliant the Egyptians were, it's impossible. We couldn't do it today, with the technology today. And you wouldn't laden yourself with making something within 360 the true north, lined up by the stars or not. It's complete nonsense. So someone built those pyramids, but it weren't the Egyptians, and I'm convinced, and that's what I'm going to find out." Laura simply replied, "Wow." Followers on Instagram were fascinated by Bradley's dissection of the pyramids, and one said, "Fair play to Brad for questioning this, because anyone who has been to Giza, Egypt would question how they could have built such an impressive archaeological wonder in 2589 BC. If they were tasked to build it now, even with all the technology we have, I very much doubt the Egyptians of today could. So how did they manage it then?" Another viewer had a more pithy view of Brad's theory. He's in denial. A skeptic said, "Talk to a scientist or Egyptologist, it's a great structure, but it's far from impossible to build. And people that say, we couldn't build these nowadays, are talking nonsense. Of course we could.